Nice, and a little bit of rain yesterday, some storms too as well. A little bit of a calmer day expected for us here today.
Perfect. Just looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's going to be beautiful temperature-wise too. You'll show you those temperature patterns here coming up in just a minute, and your pictures too. We've got the rainfall amounts to talk about as well. Before we get to that, the traffic camera network looking at Interstate 74. No problems here so far. A little bit of an accident yesterday morning, so we'll keep an eye on that for today, but nothing to slow you down, at least right now. Jason from Watauga sending in his rain gauge picture. An impressive, looks like a little bit more than 3.5 inches of the liquid gold falling there. And the numbers are in for the rest of our hometowns. Let's stack them up here for you. This is the 2-day rainfall total. So we're going back here a couple of days since the rain started, but looking at some really impressive numbers. More than 2¼ inches falling in Sterling, more than 3 inches in Galesburg, and also, as you saw there in Watauga, also picking up more than 3 inches. Here in the immediate Quad Cities, a little bit more than, I would say, ½ inch here in Moline. Davenport also coming in a little bit more than ½ inch as well. So at least with this event, the Iowa side got a little bit more rainfall than the last event, but there's the corridor of heavy rain here for the last 24 to 36 hours or so. Right smack dab through the Sauk Valley, down just to the east of Geneseo and Kewaunee and Galesburg. So this was a nice sight. And actually, I think we're going to be making a big impact on the drought situation too. We'll get that new monitor in terms of the drought status that comes out on Thursday morning. But there's a little quick tour. There you see through Lanark and Lake Carroll, Milledgeville, the heavier rain down through Sterling, Rock Falls, just to the east of Prophetstown and to the west of Walnut, that corridor of heavy rain. And that stretched all the way down through Galva, Bishop Hill, and even to the east of town there in Galesburg, where again they picked up more than 3 inches of that liquid gold. This morning, quiet. We've got northwest winds in place. That's a dry wind this time of year, and that's going to make for a beautiful afternoon. I think we actually may see a period of mostly sunny skies for the majority of our Tuesday. Highs returning to the low 70s. For us tonight, we're down into the 50s for lows, but clouds will be working their way back in, and that's ahead of our next storm system. That'll bring in a round of rain and a few thunderstorms for tomorrow morning, and especially the early afternoon. Could see some gusty winds with that. The Storm Prediction Center already kind of watching our area here for a lower risk of severe weather. Now, the main difference with this storm compared to the one we had yesterday is the track of this low pressure is not going to be nearly as close to us. This is going to move a little more due north and take itself into the Dakotas. So we'll get the cold front in here, but look at the timing of this. This is just before the lunch hour tomorrow. Not really the ideal time to get some robust storm development going in here. But we could see some gusty winds nonetheless with some of that pushing through right about lunchtime into the early afternoon. Looks like tomorrow evening the front will be through here, so we're not expecting any rain. I would say beyond 2-3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll see how that changes here in the next 24 hours if it does. Cool air behind that front, though. This is something we have yet to see this season. An impressive amount of cool air, actually, that's going to take over much of the northeast part of the country, and we'll be on the edge of that, but just cool enough that we'll see a noticeable difference here. Temperatures dropping into the 60s by this weekend, and not upper 60s, not mid 60s, low 60s, maybe even some upper 50s by the time we kick off the weekend on Saturday. Overall, though, the weekend looking absolutely beautiful.